Picture the last time your charity ran an appeal. Some kind strangers gave, you felt a rush of relief, and then, quietly, most of them drifted away and never gave again. It is one of the most common patterns in fundraising, and it is almost never because your cause was unworthy. It happens because the gift was treated as a single moment rather than the start of a relationship. In this video, we will look at the donor journey, the path a person travels from never having heard of you all the way to becoming a loyal supporter who gives again and brings others with them. We will map every stage and show what each one needs using free tools a tiny charity can actually manage. One honest note first, this is educational only. We are not affiliated with any platform or fundraising company, and because tools and people both vary, no one can promise you a fixed result. Why supporters vanish after one gift? Let us start with why supporters slip away, because understanding it changes everything. Most small charities, under pressure to hit a target, chase the one-off donation. They push hard for the gift, celebrate when it lands, then move on to the next campaign. The donor, meanwhile, gave to a stranger and heard nothing back. So to them, it was a one-time transaction, not the beginning of anything, and the relationship quietly dies. The shift that fixes this is simple. Stop thinking about single donations and start thinking about a journey, the whole path a person walks from the first time they hear your name to the day they proudly tell a friend to support you too. When you can see that path, you can gently guide someone along it, step by step, instead of asking everything at once and hoping. That one change in view is what turns fragile, one-off giving into lasting support. The whole donor journey at a glance. So what does that journey look like? Picture it as 6 stages, each one a small step closer. First comes awareness, when a complete stranger first hears your name. Second is the first click, when curiosity leads them to visit your site or your post. Third is a first small action, low risk, like following you or joining your email list. Fourth is the first donation, their first real gift. Fifth is retention, when a one-time giver becomes a repeat one. And sixth is loyalty and advocacy, when someone gives regularly and starts bringing others to you. Nobody leaps from stranger to devoted advocate in a single bound. Each stage asks a little more trust than the last, and each needs something different from you. For the rest of this video, we will walk through them one at a time. Stage 1. Awareness. Stage 1 is awareness, where your job is simply to become known to people who have never heard of you. This is not the moment to ask for money, it is the moment to be genuinely useful or interesting. Think about where the people who care about your cause already spend their attention. A local Facebook group, a Google search, a friend sharing a post. What earns their attention is helpful, human content, a short story about someone you helped, a simple tip tied to your cause, an answer to a question they are already asking. You are not shouting at a stranger, you are offering something worth their moment. Do that consistently, and you slowly build a pool of people who know your name and feel warm towards you. That warmth is the raw material of everything that follows, because people give to charities they recognize, and recognition has to start somewhere. Stage 2. The first click. Stage 2 is the first click, the moment curiosity tips someone into visiting you, tapping your link or landing on your website. This is a fragile, precious moment because a first-time visitor decides within seconds whether to stay or leave. So make where they land warm and clear, not busy and confusing. When someone arrives from a post about helping homeless families, the page they reach should be about exactly that, not a generic homepage. Say plainly who you are, who you help, and what they can do next, in friendly words, with no insider jargon. Make sure it looks right and loads quickly on a phone, because that is what most people are holding. And do not crowd the moment with 5 competing demands. Your only goal here is to make that first click feel like a good decision. Stage 3. A small first action. Stage 3 is the first small action, the step most charities skip, which is a shame because it may be the most important of all. Between visiting and donating, there is a big leap of trust, and asking for money straight away is like proposing on a first date. So offer a much smaller, easier step instead. Invite them to follow you, or better, to join your email list in exchange for something genuinely useful, a short guide, a story, updates on the work. The point is that it is low risk and easy to say yes to, and once someone has said one small yes, they are far more likely to say a bigger one later. This gentle step also gives you a way to stay in touch, so the relationship no longer depends on them happening to remember you. Make the first ask small, and make it easy. Stage 4. The first donation. Stage 4 is the first donation, when someone you have warmed up decides to give. You have earned this, so do not lose it to friction. The biggest killer of donations is a giving process that is slow, clunky, or confusing. So walk through your own donate button as if you were a nervous first-time giver on a phone. Is it easy to find? Does the form ask only for what you truly need, or demand a dozen fields and a new account? Does it work smoothly on a small screen, and is it clear where the money goes? Every extra step quietly loses people who genuinely wanted to give. You want this to feel effortless and reassuring, a warm yes rather than an obstacle course. And keep them out welcoming, because the first gift is about starting the relationship, not maximizing it. A smooth, honest donation moment turns willing hearts into real supporters. Stage 5. The thank you and the second gift. Stage 5 is where most of the leaking happens and where a little effort pays off enormously, turning a one-time giver into a repeat one. It begins with something charities forget all the time, a genuine, prompt thank you. Not a cold automatic receipt, but a warm human message that makes the giver feel their gift mattered. Then, over the following weeks, show them what their money actually did, a photo, a short story, a real result, so they feel part of something. This is stewardship, and it is nothing more than treating a donor the way you would treat a friend who did you a kindness. Only after that warmth is rebuilt do you gently invite the next gift, perhaps a small monthly amount, framed around the impact they have already seen. Get this right and giving becomes a habit. Stay silent after the gift, and you quietly teach even generous people that you only wanted their money once. Stage 6. Loyalty and advocacy. Stage 6 is the joyful one, loyalty and advocacy, where a supporter no longer just gives, but belongs. These are the people who donate regularly, who read your updates, who reply, and who, most valuably, bring others to you. A loyal advocate is worth far more than their own gifts, because a warm personal recommendation reaches new strangers with a trust no advertising can buy. Your job here is to keep them feeling seen and to make sharing easy. Keep showing the impact they are part of. Thank them in ways that feel personal. Give them simple things to pass on, a story worth forwarding, an easy way to invite a friend, a small role in an event. You are not squeezing them, you are inviting them deeper into a community they already love. And notice the lovely circle, because an advocate telling a friend creates fresh awareness, starting a brand new person at stage 1. Where charities quietly leak supporters. Now let us name the leaks directly, because you fix a journey by finding where people fall out of it. 3 are by far the most common. The first is silence after a first gift. No thank you, no update, nothing, which tells a kind person their generosity vanished into a void. The second is having no way to follow up at all. Taking a donation but never an email address, so every relationship starts again from zero. The third is asking too much, too soon, hitting a brand new visitor with a big donation plea before you have given them any reason to trust you. The encouraging news is that all 3 are cheap to fix. A warm thank you costs nothing, capturing an email is free, and offering a small first step instead of a big ask simply takes restraint. Find your leak, and you have found where your next supporters are hiding. Build the journey with free tools. You might think this needs expensive software, and I promise it does not. You can build a perfectly good donor journey on a tiny budget with free tools. For awareness, your existing social media and a free Google business profile do the job. For the first click, a simple free or low-cost website, or even one well-made page is enough. For the first small action, the free tier of an email tool lets you collect addresses and send a welcome. Most donation platforms let you take gifts with no upfront cost, keeping only a small slice of what comes in. Your thank yous and impact updates can be plain, heartfelt emails, which often work better than glossy ones anyway. The magic is not the tools, it is the thinking, having a deliberate path, and gently guiding people along it. A tiny charity with a clear journey will outperform a richer one that just shouts for donations. Measure the drop-offs and fix the biggest leak. Finally, let us make this something you can steer rather than guess at. You do not need fancy analytics. You need to roughly count how many people reach each stage, how many saw your post, how many clicked through, how many joined your list, how many gave a first gift, and how many gave a second. You will not have perfect numbers, and that is fine. Even rough ones reveal the truth. Somewhere along that path, one stage will lose far more people than anywhere else, and that single biggest leak is where your effort will do the most good. There is little point perfecting your thank you emails if almost nobody is clicking through in the first place. So find the worst drop-off, Fix that one thing, then look again. Improve one stage at a time and the whole journey slowly grows stronger. Measure gently, fix the biggest leak first, and let the rest wait its turn. Supporters do not vanish because your cause is unworthy. They vanish because giving was treated as a single moment instead of a journey. See the whole path, from a stranger first hearing your name to that first curious click, a small easy action, a first gift, a heartfelt thank you that earns a second, and finally a loyal advocate who brings others along. Support each stage with what it actually needs. Plug the common leaks of silence, no follow-up, and asking too much too soon, and you turn fragile one-off donations into lasting relationships, all with free tools and a little care. Remember that everything here is educational only. We are not affiliated with any platform or fundraising company. And because both tools and people vary, no one can promise you a particular result. So treat any guarantee with healthy suspicion and check the current rules of the tools you use. If this helped you see your supporters as people on a journey rather than names on a list, subscribe for more practical, honest charity marketing you can actually use, and take a look at the companion written guide linked below. We will keep turning big, intimidating topics into calm, doable steps, one video at a time.